welcome to another 3MV7 Tech video. Hope you guys are doing great. So growing up, I loved the Xbox 360. The Xbox 360 was actually one of my favorite consoles of all time. I am a 90s baby, and that was the console I grew up playing all of my favorite titles. Gears of War, Halo, Halo 2, Halo 3, you name it. Up until this time, there really hasn't been great emulation for the 360. There were emulators in the market where you try to play the games and it was just unplayable. Very laggy, very choppy, and it was hard to play. The same thing goes for the PS3. The PS3 has always had certain issues when it came to emulating, but now for Xbox 360 and PS3, everything has been made easy. The Xbox 360 is my favorite console of all time. I went ahead and actually purchased a whole Xbox 360 and fully customized it to my liking. I went ahead and changed the power button on it. I had a tempered glass built in for me, and overall a mod chip to be able to play games on it. I also got a PS3. This PS3 is softly modded, and with this PS3 I also changed the shell from black to white. Adding on to that, the Halo franchise is one of my favorites, so I do have the Xbox 360 Halo 3 limited edition. Alongside the Halo franchise, I also do love the Gears of War franchise, so I have a couple of Gears of War things as well. Not having one or two, but three Xbox 360, this one being modded and connected to my projector in my basement. Now that emulation is something that's far way advanced, I went ahead and grabbed my SteamDeck OLED, and I went ahead and grabbed my ROG Ally and put them to the test. So in this video, I'm gonna go ahead and show you what I did to get them working, their performance, and I hope you do enjoy. Please like and subscribe, and if you have any feedback, go ahead and comment down below. Really appreciate it. Hope you all have a great day. Let's get straight into this one. All right, so our first stop is the ROG Ally. Let's go ahead and take a look at the PS3 emulator. So I use EmuDeck, so I'm gonna go ahead and open EmuDeck. And in the Manage Emulator tab, I'm gonna look for Xenia, don't know if I'm saying that right, and the RPCS3. So you click on it, you make sure it's installed, go back, Xenia, make sure it's installed, and they're both installed. So we want to go ahead and open that PS3 emulator. I already have it open. So the first thing you want to do is you want to go ahead and navigate to Sony's website and download the PS3 firmware. Once you download the PS3 firmware, you go into your emulator, go to Files, install firmware, and go ahead and install that firmware. Once you install that firmware, then you'll get this file right here, and you'll know that the firmware was successfully installed. Then you're gonna go ahead and download a PS3 game. For me, I downloaded Skate. I went ahead and right-click Skate, WinRAR, and I extract it there, extract here. Once you do that, you'll get a folder right here. Once you have it like so, you'll take the folder and throw it into the emulator. I already did that, so I'm not gonna do it again. And you'll have the game right here. The next thing you wanna do is go to Paths. So once you're in Paths, you can see that the thumbsticks are working as I'm moving them at the bottom right. And you see that on the top, you have X input. So usually that means the input of the ROG Ally is already working with the PS3 emulator. All right, and before click and play, let's go ahead and go to configuration, and let's go to system, and let's check in GPU, and let's just make sure that all of our video settings are properly set up. So here you can tell that the recommended is 720p. So in my ROG Ally, you want to go and set the resolution as 720p. Resolution set as 720p. The hertz, it doesn't really matter. We'll leave that like that. Vulkan should be there. The AMD, perfect. All right, we're gonna go ahead and click apply and save, and we're gonna double click on the game. All right, let's go ahead and press X. All right, so now that we're in the game, let's go ahead and test it out. If you see on the top left, you see the 60 frame. Pretty nice. I don't know how to play this game at all. How do I jump? I have no idea. Oh, there we go. I remember now. All right. Let's try one trick. Ah, there we go. Nice. All right, and that's about it. Let's go ahead and check out the Xbox 360 emulator. That never die. So all in all, for the PS3 emulator, it looks very decent. Again, you have to check the compatible games list to be able to see how well the game runs. Not all games run perfectly at this time, so please make sure you check that out before you download your game. Let's go ahead and check out the Xbox 360 emulator. All right, so for the Xbox 360 emulator, it's straightforward. You don't have many display changes or GPU changes or anything of that nature. All you have to do is go ahead, find your game wherever you have it. For me, I have it in the Emudeck's library, so I have to go all the way down to 360. And let's check a game that is compatible, not fully compatible, but it looks like it's playable. I did notice a couple of... Jesus.
You still here?
I did notice a couple of things with the campaign. There was like shadow issues and things like that. But other than that, I didn't see anything crazy. Let's go ahead and just play a little bit, see what happens. Look at the shadows like in the uniform. It's a little weird. See, look at his face.
Ty, good to see you.
Oh, now we're down to 20 frames, 19 frames.
They just don't realize they've been sent on a suicide run.
Maybe they're just desperate. What do you mean? Maybe the
Okay, take position along these windows. I took the far side.
Okay, Delta, I'm back online. We have confirmed Locust presence in the hall.
Not bad, not terrible. Okay.
Control, where's the power?
Almost there, Delta. Got it. Doors should be open now.
Thanks, Control. Delta out.
Russ Lung, emotion sickness.
All right, so as you can see, it's not perfect, but it is playable. Let's go ahead and try another game that I know works a little bit better and see what happens. So here we have Driver San Francisco, one of my all-time favorite games. All right. Over here in the cutscene, we're looking a little choppy at the beginning, but now a little better. Oh, a little choppy here.
Convicted cop killer and
Sash 60 frames at the top left.
Jericho faces sentencing later today. An as yet unnamed police officer was instrumental in Jericho's arrest and in obtaining evidence of the 17 counts of murder, smuggling, and drug trafficking the mob boss faces.
It looks amazing though. Honestly, maybe we're getting the stutters from... Yeah, we're getting the stutters from the display, not from the actual... Yeah, I'm seeing the stutters from the actual display, not the actual console. So could be something with, and when I mean display, I mean the way that you guys are seeing it, you know, rather than projected on the actual console. Okay, let's see. This is actually playable. 57, 60 frames. This is really good.
You realize once you lock away, you'll need something new to obsess about, right? Baseball, stamp collecting.
Jones, can it?
I mean, when was the last time you went to a movie or took a girl to a movie?
Seriously, Jones, I appreciate what you're trying, but not now, all right?
Okay, do some gun routine. But once that cell door slams behind Jericho, we are gonna live a little. You got it. But I wouldn't bring a date back until you've done something with your place. Seriously, it's like a war zone in there, John.
Oh, man, give me a break.
Okay, so note, because I'm literally projecting the game into a display or into my OBS, on the actual console, so the way that I have it displayed right there at the bottom left, I don't see much choppiness as I'm seeing it in the display. And what I mean by that is, on the console that I have my hand on right now, it looks perfect. But on the display, it looks a little choppy. So that maybe has to do because it's right now it's mirroring the display into the monitor, and it's also playing on the actual console. You get a way better experience just having it on the console. So if you're planning to put this on a display, just know that you might run into little hiccups because it's truly running the 60 frames here on the console, but on the display, I don't see it so much. So for it to be portable and taking the 360 experience with you on the go, this is amazing. Same thing with the PS3. Let's go ahead and move on to the SteamDeck OLED and see how things run over there. All right, all. So now we're in the SteamDeck OLED. And as you can see, we already have EmuDeck open. So let's go ahead and check on the RPCS3, the PS3 emulator. So this one has been installed by me. And then let's check on Xenia, I don't know. And this one has also been installed. Let's go ahead and open both of those up. All right, so both of them opened up successfully. For the PS3 emulator, I do not have the firmware, so let me go ahead and do that. And let me also copy over the games from the Ally onto here. All right, so I have all 4 files here, the PS3 firmware and the games for the Xbox and the PS3. Let's go ahead and start with the PS3 since I haven't set it up here yet. So I'm gonna go ahead and click on File, Install Firmware, and that firmware is in the desktop and it's right here, PS3 Update. This is gonna take a while, so I'm gonna go ahead and just fast forward to that. This firmware thing literally took almost 40 minutes. Jesus. All right, awesome. All right, so it looks like it's done. I'm gonna go ahead and close this now. And I'm gonna go ahead and just throw in that skate. Does not add. And as you can see, the game is right there. So we're gonna go ahead and click play. The one thing is that when the Steam Deck is on desktop mode, you have to find the sweet spot to make the controller work. So we'll come back to this because what we'll do is we'll go into big picture mode for the Steam Deck. That's pretty much what the Steam Deck is known for. And we'll run the game like that. To be able to do this, you have to go into where your emulation folder is, ROMs. Let's go to 360 right here and just put the games there where it says ROMs. You want to put this here, move this here, and that's going to move that there. And then we take the ROM for the PS3 and we move that here. All right, with the transfer finished, let's go and navigate to the Steam ROM manager. Once that opens up, this is gonna take a little bit for me because I actually have a bunch of emulators. So once this finishes, then we should be good to go into big picture. And as you can see, that Steam ROM manager is running. And the way to find out if it actually put it into your Steam library is by clicking here. And as you can see, Xbox 360, click on that. And we also look for Sony PS3. It's gonna find the artwork, so we should be able to see that artwork. But as you can see, it's already reading it because Skate 3 is here, Gears of War 2 is here, and so is Driver San Francisco. Back on the Steam Deck, going into big picture now, so we can go ahead and play the games. This is the good thing about the Steam Deck. Literally, as soon as you turn on your device, it goes into this interface or UI where you're able to see your entire library. And the reason why I think the Steam Deck is the best console or handheld right now for emulated games is because of that. So we're already here in the, it's called Big Picture, but for Steam is within the Steam OS UI. We go into Library and we go into Collections. And as you can see, look at how neat this is. All of the games right here ready to play. So let's go into the Sony, PlayStation 3. Let's open up Escape. Then we'll go ahead and press play. And let's see the type of performance we get from the Steam Deck OLED. Is it better than the ROG Ally? I don't know. This is my first time testing it out. Let's see what we get. As you can see, we don't have any picture here on the Steam Deck, but we do have a picture on the monitor. All right, one thing to remember is that because it's using the display to display the game, maybe we'll get a difference in performance, but I'm pretty confident that the Steam Deck will kill it.
5 minutes later.
46, 50 frames. Let me see if we unplug the display. Still see a little bit of performance issue. Alright, so for the Steam Deck specifically, it looks like they still have a lot of work to do when it comes to the PS3 emulator. All right, let's go ahead and try Gears of War 2. So far, so good. And we're gonna give this a fair play. I'm not gonna overclock or overboost the Steam Deck nor the ROG Ally. This is just, you know, straight from the box. What's the performance? All right, not sure what was going on with the campaign there, but let's go ahead and see if we are able to do this.
I'll walk you through a few combat basics.
Okay, this is not bad. Okay, 30 frames.
Eliminate all members of the opposing team to win the round. Win enough rounds.
Okay, I wonder if...
Be careful though. You die, then you'll sit out for the remainder of the round as a spectator. So stay close to your squad mates and practice your active reloads.
Frame limit 60. Disable frame rate limit. Let's see what happens. Still staying is 30. All right, so we do have a lot of performances. Yeah. Okay. So I guess you can say is unplayable on the Steam Deck as of right now, which makes a lot of sense. And honestly, you know, for the Steam OS, which is a Linux-based OS, I completely understand why that would be an issue. But I 100% still think that the Steam Deck is the best emulation or emulator handheld out there, just because of the fact of how well it just can handle your collection and how easy it is to access the game. Hopefully they can make the PS3 and the 360 emulators a little bit better for SteamOS. But for right now, if you are planning to emulate those two specific emulators, I would get a Windows-based handheld like the ROG Ally or the Lenovo Legion Go. Emulators have gotten way better and more accessible, especially big thank you to EmuDeck. With that being said, that is all for this video. I hope you guys enjoy. Please, please, please make sure you like the video and subscribe to the channel. Comment if you have any feedback, and I hope you all have a great rest of your day. Take care, and I'll see you on the next one, guys. Thank you.
Suddenly appeared before me, the only one my heart could ever hold. I heard some